For project ecological analysis, there are four broad levels or stages for environmental impact analysis or assessment. The levels are local level, recognition level, national level, and global level. Some effects or impact of a project or action will be confined to the location or site of the project or action. A project is always part of a larger project environment, which makes managing projects so challenging. PESTLE analysis is a tool for ecological analysis. Projects naturally don't exist in vacuum, they are required to exist in a society within a system as a part of a particular larger organization or system. So that larger organization is going to affect the project, and project should affect or would affect the organization itself. So project managers need to take into account factors such as political, social, economic environment, which can affect the project's outcome. This actually can be taken as the part of external analysis also, but let's look at the ecological analysis in a more streamlined manner. Pestle or pest, depending upon how many factors we are going to take into account, analysis is a method which takes a big picture or bird's view approach, which means that it looks at a project in a wider context and takes into account how changes in the project's environment affect the project or project's outcome. It enables project team to anticipate changes and include these changes into their planning instead of being surprised by them. So the different elements of PESTLE are political factors, economical factors, social factors, technological factors, legal factors, and environmental factors. Political factors, though they are confused with the system prevalent in a country, though political factors actually are assigned to the traits of a political party ruling the country, but it is not true. Political factors actually include the tax policies, the election scenarios, the trade reforms that have happened or that are taking place in the country or not. Economical factors are a bit easy to understand because all of us have been through all those things earlier also. So budget availability, this actually is a part which needs a bit more deliberation. Budget availability, let's understand the budget first. The budget is a statement of income and expenditures. So availability of budget simply means that how much income a project is going to generate and what are the expenditures on the project that are going to be incurred over a time period. Taxes, interest rates, economic growth periods or recession periods, inflation rates, exchange rates, minimum wage rate are few examples of the economical factors. And these things actually are going to affect the project's performance. Because if we have a precise budget, that simply means all the future expenses are already covered for, and all the resources or revenues or earnings have already been taken care into account. The interest rates actually can increase or decrease the cost of capital. And cost of capital is something which all of us are required to be aware of all the times. Inflation rates actually are going to increase the prices of procurement. So if inflation rates are very high, then the procurement of raw materials of any and every other thing in the economy usable by the project, the prices are going to increase, and that increase in price actually is going to increase the cost. And since the cost is going to go up, so the price of the final output of product from the project is also going to go high. If the price is going high, that simply means the overall customer base or the prospect customer base is going to go low. So number of customers would decrease, and because of inflation, the prices would go high. Social factors are basically the cultural norms, population demographics, general attitude of population towards the health environment. So if it is an example wherein, let's say, we can take example of couple of countries. In Japan, the cultural norm is that all the seniors are respected, are given very high regard. But in a country like South Africa, all the youngsters are given more priority. So, if a project is established in any of these two countries, then the project's management has to take care or has to consider these cultural norms prevalent in the economy, and they are required to take decisions so as to create or improve the harmonic status within the country, within the project, and within the team, and minimize the conflict levels. Technological factors actually are a part wherein we are more concerned about the development of new technologies. The development of more new technologies or rampant development of new technology actually decreases the lifespan of the existing technology. And whenever any technology is rendered as a thing of past or a technology of past, then the products coming out of that technology or that set of machinery which is using the past technology, they are going to be rendered as useless or not able to provide the enough utility to the customers of the present times. So technological changes actually is a very important part of discussion. Legal factors basically are of concern because, like, the scenario of employment laws. If a country has a law that certain percentage of local population is required to be employed by the project managers, the project managers are required to abide by the law. If the country has very strict health and safety laws, then no matter how high the cost is going to go up to comply with those health and safety laws, the project managers are required to comply with those laws. Same with regulatory frameworks. The companies or the projects are not expected to do anything illegal. That's why they are required to comply with the regulatory framework of the country. Environmental factors are, though, have been discussed a lot. But if at any point of time the project is emitting anything which is going to damage the environment, then environmental control is going to come into picture. There are countries where the environmental laws are very, very compliant or very minimal. And there are countries where the environmental laws are very strict. So the more strict the laws are, the more environmental protection measures the project is gonna be required to apply. And the more project environment protection measures or technology or machines are applied, the higher is gonna be the cost. And higher cost actually results in higher prices. The steps for a PESTLE analysis is starts with brainstorming. Brainstorming is a process where a group of people are get together for a meeting. Project idea or the concept idea is given to the group, and then the group is required to come up with any every sort of solution or view regarding that idea. This type of exercise actually brings out multiple types of solutions or multiple types of ways in which a project can be handled. And then, depending upon the project's requirement, depending upon the requirement of outputs and the time schedule, any other idea, any other idea can be adopted to be applied for the project's completion. Sort and prioritize. I believe we have done that CPM and third part earlier. So all the activities within the projects are identified. They are sorted in terms of the resources required, and then they are prioritized in terms of what activities are required to be performed first and what activities can be performed at a later stage. Priority determination is a part which actually allows us to identify the standard deviations possible or the deviations possible in the plan.